Hello everybody, hey, hi, how you doing? Jay McCain here, coming to you with my extra week coffee for another episode of Coffee from Teacapistan. Apparently I forgot to hit the stream button, so I've been talking to myself here for a minute. I'm a little discombobulated from that, but we're returning to Greenville, Ohio. So please consider liking and subscribing, and let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
But as we showed you last week, we find here in rural America what we found in every other location. Men lining up at our door, ready to keep their date for sex with a minor. And if you haven't seen this before, this is what usually happens. This 30-year-old, screen name Meatrocket.
Yes! Jay Refner,
Meatrocket8 starts chatting online with a girl posing as a 15-year-old virgin. The decoy, referring to her virginity, says, "I bet you're scared of that." Meatrocket8 says, "Actually, I find it quite attractive. I'm honored to be considered the candidate for your first time." Later,
fucking dork. Who talks like that?
"Quite attractive. I'm honored
to be considered the candidate for your first time."
To be considered the candidate for your first time.
Yeah, right.
Later, as the chat gets more graphic, he asks for her address. Then he gets in his car and drives to our undercover house. Because we're out in the middle of nowhere, this man, like most of the men we greet in Ohio, has to drive a very long distance, almost 2 hours.
We have somebody out front.
A decoy pretending to be the young girl waves him in. The decoy is really a member of an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, which we hired to do what they normally do. Go into chat rooms and set up computer profiles pretending to be young teens who are interested in sex.
These guys are getting off doing like chat sex with frag. It's so funny.
Like a dumbass couldn't find your house.
That's okay. It's kind of weird to find just because it's on the corner and stuff, you know?
But instead of being greeted by a child, he meets me.
Do you have a hard time finding the place?
Not at all. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. What can I do for you?
Like most of the men who come in the door, this man agrees to talk. He may think I'm a cop. At first, I don't tell him who I am. And of course, he doesn't know our hidden cameras are rolling. Turns out Meatrocket8 is Jay Refner, a computer specialist at a university. A married man with children.
Got a family at home. I love them dearly. You know.
You have kids?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
I have one daughter and two.
My fellow Jay. Oh, what are you doing? You're sullying the great name of Jay.
Stepsons from my wife's previous marriage.
He says he's not a pedophile. He's here to kick back, relax, and have some fun.
Did you bring anything with you tonight?
Such as?
Condoms?
Yes, I did.
You did. You brought condoms. So you're just going to kick back and chat, and just in case something happened, you brought condoms.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk. I swear to you, you know, she had...
How were you going to use the condoms in the conversation?
I wasn't going to use them at all.
You got them in your pocket.
Well, yeah, I do
You
have
going to do
them.
balloon tricks with them? Or?
No.
Well, come on. I mean...
I am...
There's only one reason, typically, that people bring condoms to a home, and that's for protection during sex.
Yeah.
Do you like to have a drink? Like alcohol?
Meatrocket8 starts to sweat so badly as I read from his
Meatrocket8
online chat log that he asks to take his coat off.
I'm honored to be considered the candidate for your first.
Again, playful chat.
Playful chat?
Playful
It sounds like
chat.
you're excited about the fact that she's a virgin and you might be the first man to have sex with her. Right?
Sir, I really wasn't going to do that.
Then I tell him I'm with Dateline. And out come the cameras.
I'm Chris.
Next time I am at an event that has a balloon artist, what do you call those? People that make balloon animals? I'm going to ask for a Meatrocket8 balloon animal.
Hansen with Dateline NBC.
And he heads for the door.
Eddie
If you have anything else you'd like to say, we'd be happy to hear it.
But no one who comes to this house looking for sex with a minor will get very far.
Here we're about to see his high school JV track skills come into play.
He's coming around, guys.
Perverted Justice has been sending the sexually explicit online
he's
chat
off.
logs between its decoys and the potential predators to the Darke County Sheriff's Department. And because it's a crime to show up after soliciting sex online with a minor, Meatrocket8 gets arrested.
Sheriff's office, put your hands up!
And taken for questioning, where his story continues.
Do you normally wear condoms while you're having sexual intercourse with your wife?
No.
Okay, why did you buy the condoms today?
Dude, God, this cop is such a legend. I love how he's just like holding them up, like dangling them in front of his face.
Because you intended to come here to my county
To my
and
county.
have sex with a 50-year-old female.
I could be watching the Bears game right now.
Just don't. I've never done that before.
After the interrogation, he's photographed, fingerprinted, and put behind bars awaiting a hearing before a judge.
Get on the ground!
In Ohio, in order for prosecutors to file the most serious charges, a police officer needs to be involved in the online chat or phone conversation. Since, in this case, perverted justice members are the decoys, the Sheriff's Department temporarily deputized the PJ volunteers who were in our house.
Run into his car.
And as you're about to see, our undercover house in Ohio gets pretty crowded. Men showing up at the same time, forcing law enforcement to do double duty.
Hands up! Sheriff's office! Hands up!
JUNGLEMANIA.
Around.
Coming up, you'll meet those men who are lining up. One's a truck driver and another a manager in the oil industry.
You ask him if he's horny.
Those are normal chat things on...
It's normal chat things with a 14-year-old boy?
To Catch a Predator continues in a moment.
JUNGLEMANIA, get on the ground. JUNGLEMANIA, put your hands behind your back.
In order to keep the potential sex predators from showing up at our undercover house at the same time, we set up a schedule.
Change for the
Decoys
better.
from perverted justice make the
Solicitor
dates
back.
about a half hour apart. But sometimes the men don't arrive on time
There's also a car parked down below. Is he getting out?
and run into each other. Watch as this potential predator goes in the back door.
Hello?
Hey, come on in.
Oh, he's trying to go in the back door, all right. JUNGLEMANIA, turn it off. Yeah.
Huh?
I gotta finish getting changed, okay?
Well, I'll watch you.
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
Do me a favor and
I
have a
want
seat
you.
right over there on that stool, please.
Yeah.
While he's being interviewed, another man pulls into our driveway.
You're free to go.
Okay.
So we ask the first man to go upstairs and head out the front door where the Darke County Sheriff's men are waiting for him. You'll hear more about him later. It turns out he's got a frightening criminal past. The sheriff's men quietly arrest him because there's another man around the back of the house about to walk in.
Where you at?
I just whacked the crap out of my toe. I'm gonna go get a Band-Aid before I bleed on the rug.
At the back
When stressed, Del always reverts to her, I whacked my toe on the banister.
door, another team of detectives moves in.
Just hang out at the bar for a second.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back down. If I bleed on the carpet, I'm gonna get shot.
Damn, this is a nice place.
He's a 45-year-old truck driver, Roger Brummett, screen name Roger 4450. He drove more than 90 miles to meet a girl who said she was 13.
All right, but he's a trucker, so that's not like a big deal to him.
Online, he asked the girl if she's ever given oral sex. She says yes, and he says, well, if I was there, you could do me.
You have a hard time finding the place, or?
No.
Why don't you have a seat on that stool for me, please? Please, right there.
He did it in 20 minutes, yeah, totally.
No, I'm leaving.
Well, you know, you got to know a couple things before you go.
He takes off out the back door where detectives are waiting.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Oh, shit!
As
He really hauls ass. And he, like, cuts through the yard.
detectives are waiting.
Get on the ground! Get on
Look at that. This looks like Ukrainian war footage.
the ground! Sheriff!
I was just looking for somewhere to fill my truck. Yeah.
As we told you earlier, this undercover operation is set up in a remote town in rural America.
We're a small community. For the most part, everybody knows everybody.
Something happens in this small town that we weren't expecting. Several men from the local area who had been chatting online about sex with
Talking
decoys
online.
posing as young teens suddenly changed their minds about coming to the house. And Detective Mike Burns is convinced there's been a leak.
Where
Do you
does
think some
out?
locals might have dodged a bullet because word got out?
I don't have a doubt that that happened. We know that we were chatting with people from our area and in close surrounding areas. The chats had been fine up until a certain point. It appeared that they were making arrangements to come and be here and meet, and suddenly nothing.
Since all the local men drop out, everyone else planning to come to our undercover house has to drive long distances. Like this man peeking in our front door.
Here we go.
He drove
Junglemania.
almost 40 miles, more than an hour, to meet a young boy.
Hey, go around back because the door doesn't open right.
He's 43-year-old Kenneth Brinkman.
That should be a red flag. The front door's broken.
Named Junglemania 20050. Here to meet this boy who said he was 14 and willing to have sex with him. The picture is of a former Dateline staffer when he was about 14. Junglemania 20050 is really chatting with a perverted justice decoy. He types, "I cannot believe that I'm actually thinking about blanking your blank." Del,
blanking your blank,
from Perverted Justice, is posing as the young boy.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming out here, man.
Okay, cool.
How are you, sir?
Okay.
Why don't you do me a favor and have a seat on the stool right on the other side of the bar there? Please go ahead, have a seat. Did you get yourself all comfortable, or?
Sure.
Junglemania appears to get uncomfortable when I read some of what he said online.
Have you ever asked somebody to blank you off? You talk about...
Oh, I won't deny that there was
You talk about penis size here. You say, you better not be getting me into trouble. That's not good.
It's not, because, you know, I mean, look what's happened here. Even though I
Junglemania, I never blank and blank.
haven't done anything with the guy.
So you have that dark hair. Do you have any body hair?
Good one, son, Bob.
I mean, those are normal chat things on...
It's normal chat things with a 14-year-old boy?
The 43-year-old insists he had no intention of having sex with the boy.
You ask him if he's horny, and then say, "I wish you were not so far away." What conclusion can I draw from this?
I totally understand.
What do you do for a living?
I manage an audit department for a major oil company for 25 years.
It's a big job.
Absolutely. I'm scared to death.
It's time to tell him what he just walked into.
And I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Not anymore, you don't? Yeah, totally.
So this is going to be on TV.
When our cameras come out, he heads out the door. And you know what happens next.
Hands up! Sheriff's office! Hands up! Hands up! Turn around.
Up next, it may seem hard to believe a fresh-faced Army reservist accused of being a predator.
That is not hard for me to believe at all. Not whatsoever. Anyway, that's a good enough place for us to pause today. I want to thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I'd like you to consider liking and subscribing, but I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to get on my knees and beg and plead for it. That's not my style. So anyway, knock knock, who's there? Oh my god, please, please! It's Rolando Resticruz again. Please, if you've made it all this way, please like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And please leave a comment for the algorithm. You need to consider the algorithm. Please, do it. Please, please! It's always so great when Rolando Resticruz stops by. He's such a good advocate for me when I don't advocate for myself. So please like, subscribe, consider supporting me on Patreon for just $3 a month. You get 4 episodes of Brunch from Tcapistan. Those are longer form police interrogation videos that are about an hour long each. So there's a lot of good content. Link to that is in the video description. Until next time, I've been Jay McCain. Mind, body, spirit, harmonious resonance. Be where your feet are. And of course, as always, stay watch her mom frere.